Alright, welcome to the channel and welcome to Warhammer 40,000 8th edition, another game, and welcome back to the desert world of Mahim. If you kept in tune with the last game, it was Imperial Guard versus Tyranids. There were some secrets revealed that may have sealed the future of this planet. The Necrons, you probably guessed it, shown up to defend their claim to this planet. It is a tomb world, which explains a lot of the strange rock formations, like we see here. With all the turmoil on this planet in the last few decades, the Master Overlord Mahim himself has reacted in defense and sent his best leaders out to investigate and annihilate if required. So today his leaders, not himself, he doesn't do the dirty work, not yet, will come out and defend this planet against whatever they come across. Just so happens that they've come out to find Gib Smasher, the war boss of the Greenskins, still on planet, looting and generally causing chaos, trying to investigate, I believe, the interesting qualities of this planet and trying to find any nice ancient technology that may be hidden in the sands here. So we've got a stream running down the middle again. This is further downstream than the last battle. And an interesting rock formation here. Looks like some sort of mystical ritual site of some sort. There's no sign of intelligent life here though. It's all naturally, or unnatural formations, as some might see it. With rocks, a little bit of foliage here and there. Otherwise very bleak, very bland, very dead. So let's have a look at the armies. Andrew Horton, friend of mine and an employee at Games Workshop Morley, has come down to field Gib Smasher, and we'll watch him take on the debut battle for the Necrons. We'll check out the armies now and we'll have a look at the mission. Okay, so this is 1600 points of Necrons. Right, so leading the force is the first overlord of Mahim. This is Emun Sek, and he is riding aloft in his Catacomb Command Badge, which is armed with a Gauze cannon, and he is armed with a war scythe. Accompanying him in the investigation today is Master Cryptek Izik with no upgrades. And coming across to the troops choices, we have 2 squads of 10 Necron warriors and a single squad of 10 Necron immortals with Gauze blasters. In the elite section we have none other than the Deceiver himself. No upgrades for him. I don't think you can actually give him upgrades. But he's a pretty hefty unit points wise, but hopefully he pulls out some pretty mad tricks this game. Fast attack, we have 6 Scarab bases, and heavy support, we've got the Monolith. Interesting unit, haven't ever used one of these before, so I'll see how it goes in 8th edition. FAQ came out a couple of weeks ago, and they are now Ballistic Skill 3+ to begin with, which is nice. And in the fire section, we've got a Doom Scythe, no upgrades on this one either. And that is the 1650 points of Necrons. Okay, so standing in today and leading the Orc force and Gib Smasher into the charge is Andrew Horton, and he will show you what he's taken today.
Okay, so to start out, we got Git Smasher at the front, so Orc Warboss with Mega Armor, comes with a Power Claw and Custom Shooter. Flanking him in the HQ is going to be your Weird Boy. I don't know if he's got a name, but we'll find him one by the end of the match.
Yeah.
He's for my shenanigans to hopefully match the Deceiver. Now into the Elite section, as part again of my command squads, is going to be the Pain Boy, Tooth Puller.
That's the one.
He's keeping all the boys alive. The main core of the Elite section is going to actually be your 10-man Knob squad. Now they've got 3 Power Claws and the rest all have Sluggers and Choppers. Technically an Elites now is going to be the Runt Herd. He's of course flanked by a squad of 20 Gretchen as we move into the Troops section. So 20 Gretchen are going to be a small part of the Horde, with the real force coming out on this flank of 30 Shooter Boys, Knob with Power Claw, then all the way across on the other side. I've set up another 30 Shooter Boys with Power Claw, so this is going to be the core of the force. Then for the hard hitting stuff, we move into the heavy support. No fast attack this game, ran out of points. At 1600, I went for more smash, less speed. So we've got 3 killer cans here with rockets and can claws. A single custom Mega Blaster. I've never actually used one of these with my Orcs, so I'd love to see how they go in 8th. Blast weapons are pretty different now, but when they do hit, they do a lot of damage. And then last but not least, because it's cool, a massive Gorkanaut. Hopefully this thing will basically tear that monolith to shreds. But besides that, it should be good at stomping Necrons out.
That's a funny joke.
Well, we'll see how it goes. All right, and that's the Orc force there.
Okay, so here we are deployed. Season control is the mission today. So one objective in either deployment, it is diagonal deployment, as you can see here. Necrons here in front of me and Orcs over the other side there. It's 24 inches in between the armies there. So fair ground to cover, but not too bad for the Orcs, quite a quick army. As it stands, Necrons have first turn. They finish deploying first with fewer units. The objectives are as follows. There's an objective just here, marked by this, this base here. And then over the other side, for the Orcs, in their deployment zone, there is an objective next to the custom mega cannon there. So we're going to get on with some seizing of the initiative. Mr. Horton here is going to try his luck. He's going to see what he can do. I don't fancy his chances. It's a 1 in 6. And it's a 2. Now, here comes the real test. You've got 6 command points. What are you going to do? You're going to re-roll?
I'm burning it. Bugger that.
Yeah, good choice, good choice. It's a waste. Anyway, okay, so Necrons are taking first turn. As for reserves, everything for the Orcs is on the table except for the War Boss, who is in Gorkanaut. Oh, no, okay, he jumped out. He's over there in the mob there. So you've got all the characters here. You've got Gib Smasher, Tooth Puller, and the Weird Boy yet to be named. Boys, custom mega cannon, there's the Knobs and the Gretchen at the back there. More boys, Gorkanaut and killer cans on the far left flank. For the Necrons, it's a pretty simple setup. I'm hoping that the Deceiver can allow me to redeploy a few units here. Sort of keep Andrew on his toes a little bit. But you got Immortals on the left, you got the 20 Warriors and Izzik there as well. The Cryptek and the Overlord and Deceiver here. And then on the right flank, we've got the faster units, the Scarabs and the Doom Scythe. So I'm going to see how many models I can, or units I can redeploy. So the rule is for the Deceiver at the beginning of the game before the first turn starts, himself and D3 other units can be redeployed anywhere on the table, more than 9 inches, I think it is, 12 inches?
12 inches for this
12 inches from an enemy unit. They can't charge in the first turn though, those units that are moved. So here we are, D3 units, it's 2 units. So Deceiver in 2 units. I'm going to go ahead and move some things around and then we'll come back. Okay, so I decided against redeploying any of my units as per the rule. I have left them all the way they are for the simple fact that there's really no point in getting any closer to Orks where unnecessary. And because of the deployment zone shape, I don't think there's anywhere that I can tactically get an advantage by moving any units. So I have not used that rule, and we'll go on to turn 1. Warlord trait for my Warlord, that being Amun Sek here, he will get the Tenacious Fighter, is the name. So both our Warlords have that rule, which will ignore wounds on 6s. Apart from that, the Weird Boy has Jump and Smite, obviously, so that's not a surprise at all, him taking that, that power. But we'll go on to the Necrons turn 1, and we'll see what sort of damage they can do in the early stages of the game. Okay, movement for Necrons turn 1 is over. Very, very simply, all the models here moved up. The Overlord used his ability on the Immortals to give them +1 to their hit rolls and +1 to their, I think, charge distance it is. Deceiver also moved up slightly just to get an angle on the Gorkanaut with his anti-matter missile, or whatever it is. Yeah, just moving up with the models. The Monolith did drop down, and it's got 24-inch range to the Gorkanaut and the models down here, so hopefully some good firepower coming from him. The Scarabs moved up, and so did the Flyer. The Flyer does have range to the Gorkanaut as well, and I haven't decided yet really where I'm going to aim the rest of its weapons, but we'll go on to the shooting phase and we'll see what we can do. I'm hoping to at least take the Gorkanaut down to half. I think we can do it with the Particle Whip and the Death Ray? The Death Ray on the Flyer, okay.
Classic UFO weaponry.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Good old 1920s UFOs. And a little bit of Gorse might help out as well. Alright, so we're a little part way through the shooting phase here. So far the Monolith has put a couple of wounds on the Gorkanaut. He whiffed most of the rolls, unfortunately, and only put 2 wounds on. The Deceiver did use his meteor power and put 2 wounds on it as well. We're just up to the Doom Scythe now. It's about to shoot. I've declared the Death Ray at the Gorkanaut and the Tesla Destructors at the Boy Squad at the front there. So it's D3 shots for the Death Ray. So it's going to be 2 shots. They're hitting on 4s because it's heavy and the unit has moved. Oh, whiffed. Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use a command point to reroll one of those hits, and it's a hit. Hey! Fantastic. It's minus AP 4, strength 10, so it's 3 to wound. Okay, it's definitely a wound. It's a 6 right there.
D6, let's see.
And it's D6 damage.
Dice for wounds.
Come on, boy, come on.
Yes!
Oh, just 2 again. Wow, slowly chipping away. So there's only 6 wounds off the...
2/3 of its health.
Yeah, it's not good enough, not for turn 1. So I'm going to have to keep firing away at that, I think. I've still got the command barge to shoot with, and then the Gauze weapons down here as well. So we'll go and do that off camera, and we'll get this this unit finished as well. at the Orc boys. We'll see what happens. Right, so the end of the shooting phase for the Necrons, not too bad. We did end up doing a few extra wounds to the Gorkanaut. That fire came from the Catacomb Command Barge. I did fire with the Warriors through to the Gorkanaut as well, but no damage there. The Immortals shot through to the Killcans, took a couple of wounds off there, and a few more boys were dropped from the Tesla Destructors from the flyer here. Apart from that, we are at half wounds on the Gorkanaut now. He's not quite, need one more wound to drop him to the next level of rules or stats. So could have done a little bit better, but it's not too bad. Good start to the game. It's now Orc turn 1. Right, what does Horton have up his sleeve? He's wearing a t-shirt, so he can't have much up there. Right. So movement for turn 1 for the Orcs. The Horde has made its presence heard. It has come very, very close. Is moving up in a wave-like fashion towards the Necron lines. The Warboss is in there with the other characters, and all the boys have moved up. The Gretchen as well, moving up there, awaiting the jump from the psychic phase, I'm sure. The Gorkanaut actually stood back a little bit just to get to 24-inch minimum range to the Immortals here, and the Killer Cans moved up to the left there. So yeah, the force is moving forward pretty strong. I don't think there'll be any charges this turn, but there's a lot of shooting to be done. I think he's going to be trying to take the flyer out of the sky. I think that's a big risk for him to keep that thing on the field with Gorkanaut there. Okay, so let's go into the psychic phase for the Orcs. See what he's got up his little cloaky sleeve there, and then we'll head on to the shooting phase straight after. So, psychic phase. Andrew has decided to use Smite against the flyer here. So let's see what he rolls up.
Now I have 45 models within 6 inches of my weird boy, so I get +4 to cast.
Nice. Okay.
So come on, beautiful.
That's the perils.
It's 14, so it's cast. It's a perils. I take D3 mortal wounds. So we'll just reroll it. Sweet. I take 3. I'm within 3 of the pain boy though. So
okay, so 6 up.
And ignore him on a 6.
No.
So
Okay.
weird boy's on 1 wound. But
gee, that's a shame.
if only I could heal him somehow. More importantly, D6 mortal wounds for the high-powered smite.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on. Or
What is it?
it's a 5 there.
Oh, it's a cock. Unfortunately.
Please.
Sorry.
Not.
That's a 5 anyway.
Beautiful.
Okay, that's a pretty good roll.
Alright, so it's taken.
That's
5.
a very good roll. Okay.
That's my psychic phase.
That's pretty cool. Smite's underrated, I think.
For
The jump.
Orks, it
Yeah.
happens really well.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Well, that was the psychic phase, over and done with. Very quick. 5 wins against the flyer. Nice. Okay, let's see what they can do in the shooting phase. Okay. So Orc turn 1 shooting didn't go so well for the poor old Orcs. So a ton of shooting came through to the Scarabs and got first blood, which was quite good. But then a lot of shooting went through to the flyer, and not a scratch, unfortunately, and that includes from the custom mega cannon that actually got 6 shots, so really unlucky there. He actually took a wound from getting hot as well. So the boys, all the grots shot up at the flyer as well, no damage. Gorkanaut shot through to the Immortals and actually killed or knocked down 4 of the Immortals. We're going to see if they get up next turn, and the Killer Cans, they whiffed their shots into the Immortals. So no, actually they did take down 1, sorry. So Gorkanaut brought down 3 and the Killer Cans brought down 1 of the Immortals. I need to do leadership for the Immortals.
They are fine.
They are absolutely fine. So they couldn't have failed that. They are leadership 10 and highest I can roll is 6, as I did. So we're going on to Necrons turn 2 now. Not really sure what to say about the battle so far. Getting first blood for the Orks is a pretty damn good start, but I think there's a lot of firepower still to come out of this Necron force. And the Necrons, the Immortals here, we've still got to get their reanimation rolls done. There's no more reserves to come in either, so let's get straight onto it. Turn 2 for the Necrons. Alright, movement for the Necrons, pretty straightforward again. We did reanimation protocols for the Immortals here, and unfortunately only one got back up, but the other 3 are tagging along. They moved up 5 inches. They're within rapid fire range now of the killer cans. All the warriors moved up. The command barge and cryptek and deceiver all moved up as well. The warriors have range to a couple of different targets here. They've got the Gorkanaut and killer cans there, so depending on how the flyer goes, which did move up to behind the enemy lines here, still not quite below half wounds yet, so, and also recovering 1 wound from its living metal rule, so you'll be shooting at full ballistic skill again. And the monolith just stayed where it was for the most part. There wasn't much of a choice. It only moves 6 inches, so I couldn't move into the circle there. And I wanted to try and get further away from the Orks just here, but I needed to stay in range of the Gorkanaut there. So didn't really move. I think it should be pretty safe at the moment. We're going to have to see how we go against the Gorkanaut. If we can take it out, then we can change our strategy towards the horde over this side of the table in the following turns. But we'll go into shooting and we'll see how these Necrons do. Alright, so we're going to do the Doom Scythe straight away. So it's D3 for the Death Ray over to the Gorkanaut. Let's see what we can do.
2 shots.
It's 2 shots, that's not too bad. And hitting on 4s, here we go. Oh, that's a cock, unfortunately. No, it hits anyway. Fantastic, 2 hits. Yeah, -4 AP, so it goes straight through the armor. So what?
So
threes to wound. Nice. And 2d6 damage. Oh, this is great. 2d6 damage. What do we got? 6 damage. That's great. That's excellent.
So it's down to 5 wounds remaining.
Oh, that's fantastic. 5 runes remaining, and I've still got the monolith to fire. We'll do that now. That's 6 shots. 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Yeah.
Hey.
Average there. And winning on 4s.
1 wound.
Only 1 wound.
Bypass this save, AP -2.
Yeah, so you're on 5s.
Come on. 4.
4. Okay, so it's gone through, and it's D3 damage.
1.
It's only 1. Okay, so what are we down to now?
It's suffered. It suffered 6, 6, and 4. So actually, sorry, I was wrong. It's got 2 wounds remaining.
2 wounds left.
But
Oh
you still
dear.
got your Tesseracts with that one.
Yeah, we do have the Tesla from the flyer. What I'm thinking though is I've got the cannon here, which is 2 shots going through to the Gorkanaut there, hitting on 3s, sorry, both hit. Wounding on 5s. Nothing. Okay. Okay, so 8 shots from the twin Tesla destructor at the Gorkanaut. 6s. Oh, that's nice.
Brutal.
We've got 3 6s there and 1, 2 misses. So I need an extra 6 dice, please. Oh, nice. All right, so here we are. We're rolling dice and foliage. at the same time because that's how we roll. It's actually how we roll. All right, so that's an extra few dice. That's excellent. So 5's to wound.
Oh, what have you done?
Only 1. Oh, it's a cock.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's cocked, mate.
I'm immune to lightning.
Oh,
Gorse all the way,
unbelievable.
please.
It's gonna have to be the Gorse.
Down to the Warriors.
Yeah. No, I do have the Gorse
Oh, yeah, true.
on this to go through. Okay, so we're going the Tesla Flux Arcs over to the Gorkanaut, unfortunately. It's just how it has to be. Oh, that's a good roll.
Yeah, FAQ for ballistic skill.
Nice,
Feels
yeah,
good.
come through. It's paid off.
All right,
Paid some of
5s.
the GW off.
I've got this.
5's to wound. No, there's quite a few there. That's good.
There.
There's 4 wounds,
And
and it's minus
2, so 5
2.
on save.
5 up saves. Bring him in.
Oh!
Oh, what?
He's done it, boys. Trumbling around
Okay.
on 1 wound.
So you couldn't write this. He's got 1 wound left, and I have to waste even more units on him to get rid of him. I'm not even sure it's worth it at the moment, to be quite honest. Okay, I'm gonna leave shooting at him for now, and we're gonna go across to the kill can and see what we can do there. Okay, so unfortunately, not much happened off camera. The Gorkanaut is still on 1 wound, and we managed to get rid of one of the killer cans and put another couple of wounds on the other killer cans. So that was 5 from the Immortals and the 2 squads of warriors there. The Catacomb Command Barge whiffed, shooting at the Gorkanaut, and the Deceiver also rolled a 1 for his ability, so wasn't able to cast it. So leadership check for the cans. They're leadership 6, so they can actually fail.
Hey!
5 minus 1. It's just a pass.
Feels good.
Just pass.
All right.
Okay.
Cans running away.
Yeah, no cans are running away. Yeah. It's a good thing. It's good things. All right, so Orks turn 2 coming up. Let's see the damage they can return on. Gorkanaut is now down to 4-inch movement, 5 plus weapon skill, and 4 attacks in combat. So
Still shooting.
yeah, he can still shoot at full ballistic skill of 5 plus. So good on him, you know. Yeah, take it where you can get it. Okay, yep. Let's go on to Orks turn 2. So Horton here believes he's got something up his sleeve, some shenanigans on the go. Movement phase for the Orks, again just advancing. It looks like there's someone getting set up for the jump over here. The Weird Boy's moved across, so it's got a couple of additional modifiers to its roll for his psychic phase. The 2 squads of boys have moved up quite quickly, along with Tooth Puller down there. The War Boss is set up to charge. It's got a 10-inch charge to get within 1 inch of the monolith there. In other news, the 2 remaining killer cans have advanced forward, I assume then to assault the Immortals there, and the Gorkanaut just shuffled a little bit, getting its weapons in range of the units over here. So I don't know what this shenanigans is that he's got stocked up in his repertoire, but he reckons something's on the go. I think we'll find out very shortly as to what that is. Orc shooting phase is over, and GG, rip, all of the above. Didn't do so well. Tried to shoot a few units at the monolith, no damage coming through. That was including from the custom mega cannon there. The jump did go off and sent the Knob squad over here 9 inches from the these 2 squads here, Immortals and the Warriors. That was psychic phase, sorry. Shooting phase, did anyone shoot at the flyer?
Yeah, he tried to burn it. And
Yeah,
shoot
okay,
rockets
so
from
yeah,
the
rockets
various sources.
from the cans went up at the
I
flyer.
failed to wound.
Okay, yep, so didn't do so well.
Brutal.
It's life, it's Orc life. Also, a lot of shooting coming through from the Gorgonaut. Took out 4 warriors here. So that's about it. There's no damage. Pistol fire from the knobs coming through to the Immortals, no damage there. So only in the end of all of that, just 4 warriors brought down. So we'll go on to assaults. Here, I believe there is an assault going on here. What are you doing? You
Killer cans will start going into the Immortals.
okay? And that's to decide after the knobs.
Not
Okay.
decide after.
Yeah. So these 2 units here are equidistant from the knobs.
Yep.
It doesn't look like that on camera,
Okay,
but they are. Yeah, it looks like these guys are like 5 inches further away. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how they go. Why don't you go and roll up now?
Alright, so the Killer cans, hopefully they wouldn't die to Overwatch from the Immortals.
Yeah, probably will.
On 6s, please.
Okay.
3 and a 1, so... Ooh, does 4 actually make it in? I will check before here we go.
Oh yeah, you might.
I am within 5, so it does just...
It does
fit
make
in.
it.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
it's
I'll
made it
do
in.
that one.
We're going to do some Overwatch. What do you get? 3, 6.
Yeah.
Okay, Overwatch coming through from the Immortals into the Killer cans. There is
hits.
3 there.
God damn.
It's not bad.
4's to wound.
Force to wound.
1.
It's 1 wound.
Fire up save. Loves it.
Yeah, okay.
So 3 plus goes to 5 plus. Done.
Okay, so they're in.
And they're moving nicely in, so the 4
Yep.
inches are rolled. It's been inch away.
Okay, what about the knobs? What
Knobs
are you
are
doing
going
here?
to declare a charge on both.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Fair
So
enough.
the Immortals are now engaged, won't get
Okay,
Overwatch.
but this
The
squad here
Warriors
will.
do get to
So 1,
Overwatch.
2,
6
3, 4,
remaining.
5, 6.
And yeah, he's within 12, just at the very back.
Okay,
there.
cool. So
12 shots. 6, 8, 9, 11, 12 there.
excellent. All right, thank you.
Sixes.
Oh,
1.
just the 1.
4s.
When you go on 4s, it's a wound.
So 4 up save, 5 up now.
Nice.
So
Okay,
one
so
knob is
1
down
takes
to-
a wound. So 9 inches required, and what is it going to be?
3 and a 1. So here we go to try and reroll distance. An 8.
8. Not
Brutal.
enough. That's unfortunate.
That's
So it
okay.
doesn't get into combat at all with either of the squads. But that's cool. You got the killer cans in. I'm sure they'll wreck some face.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully. Either way, you've nullified the shooting
Finally
from
got
that
into
squad for
combat.
at least a turn. So it's not too bad. All right, lots of Overwatch. Okay, 6 shots from the big cannon. 6s. That's 1. Winning on 2. 2s. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a dead
One
orc.
boy gets obliterated.
So there's one orc down.
Try to pain boy that.
Nah, why bother? Okay, and then 12 shots. Okay, Gore's Flux at the same unit. What did we get? We got 3 hits. Winning on 3s. That's 3 more wounds.
So 3 pain boy to keep him alive. Hopefully
Need some
they-
pain boy rolls. Yep.
Fix him. Hey, got one.
Got 1. Okay, so 2 more orc boys come down.
So they're within 7.
Okay.
Need a 6 or higher for charge. Roll big.
Snake eyes.
6.
Okay,
Make
6, and they've got to overcome the powers of the
So they end within
what's it called?
the Portal of Exile.
Portal of
On a
Exile.
4 plus, they take D6 more.
Okay, on a 4 plus.
Ow.
D6 mortal wounds.
As they run into the portal.
6 mortal
Ouch.
wounds.
Now they. Oh.
Wow,
That hurts.
excellent. So 6 more orcs down. How many is that in total?
3, 4,
That's
6 from
that's
Overwatch.
9.
9 from Overwatch.
9 in total lost from assaulting the monolith. That's pretty damn good.
That kind of hurt.
You've got Gib Smasher to come in as well. It's 10 inches to get into the monolith.
Come on, lad.
What's it going to be?
6. Here we go.
No,
8.
not enough.
happening. Alright.
Okay, so successful charge down here with the boys. Successful charge with the killer cans into the immortals. We'll work them out and we'll see what happens. Okay, assault results came through and there were 4 wounds made upon the monolith, and that came from only the boss knob with a claw. Over here I lost one immortal to the killer cans and made 2.
Yeah, 2 shots got in.
Okay, 2 chops got in and I lost 2 and I made no damage on return. Okay, so moving on to Necron turn 3 now. Starting to get to the point of the game where I need to start making decisions. The Orks are getting closer and I need to start counter-attacking now before they get far too close for me to deal with them. In combat, I don't want to be in combat with them. Okay, Necron movement. Turn 3. Okay, so the warriors moved up here. They're going to target the Nob squad there. There's a unit of 6 there and a unit of 10 still alive. The Cryptek's still there within 3 of both, so we'll be able to see how many he can bring up next turn. The Deceiver has come in to save the day. He's going to try and get into combat with the Killer Cans there to help the Immortals out. I didn't move them out of combat for the simple fact that they might as well stay in there and just help out. They won't be in there for too much longer. Over here, no movement with the Catacomb Command Barge. He's going to use his cannon to try and take off the last wound from not Gibbs Smasher. From the Gorkanaut. The monolith moved back. It's a flying model, sorry. It's got the fly special rule, so it can shoot after moving out of combat. So hopefully we can take a few more wounds off these boys here, reduce them down a little bit. Apart from that, the fly moved up 20 inches from the Gorkanaut there. He'll fire down onto the Gorkanaut, possibly, if the Warlord can't deal with it himself. We'll go into shooting now and we'll see what the Necrons can do. Hopefully a good turnout. We get rid of Gorkanaut and this unit here, possibly the Nobs as well. I'm hopeful for a victory and we can head down to this flank and start to look at objective play. Right, shooting has been completed from the Necrons. Monolith fired down at this squad of boys here and ended up killing 7 boys. Gorkanaut totally destroyed. That was fire coming from the Warlord. He fired through with his Gauze cannon and managed to hit with one and wounded and took off the last remaining wound from the Gorkanaut. Across here, the flyer fired down all of its weapons at the Nobs, killed a few, and then a few more were killed with the warrior fire, and the Cryptek also using his Staff of Light through there as well. There's only 3 Nobs left, but they are all with claws. I don't think I've got anything else to do in the shooting phase to get rid of them, so let's just see what happens with them. I'm not going to charge them. I think that'll be a little bit silly. Actually, the Deceiver used his anti-matter missile, whatever it is, and destroyed one of the Killer Cans in combat there. So he's going to charge into assault now. Yeah, easily in. Okay, so 8's in, and he's going to fight against the Killer Can there, and then we'll see the results later on. Okay, so foregone conclusion there, that ended very, very quickly. The Deceiver ran into combat and smashed the last Killer Can. Has also consolidated towards the Nobs there. Right, so coming down to morale phase, Andrew has decided to burn a couple of command points to automatically pass the morale chest for the knobs there. What about over here? You still have...
I lost 7 and I have 14 in the mob.
That's right, so that's
plus
fine.
D6, max is 13.
Yeah, cool.
They're passed.
Okay, so that's passed. We're going on to turn 3 for the Orks now. Wow, hard to say. Look, there's not a hell of a lot left for the Orks on the table at the moment, but it's still a tactical game. There are still objectives here, and there's also Line Breaker and Warlord kill as well to come up. So if he plays his cards right, I think it's sort of in the balance at the moment. So we'll see what he comes up with in turn 3 for the Orks. Gibb Smasher still has to make his mark on this battle. He's plodding along, but he hasn't really done much yet. But nor has Sek. So interesting to see what these two are going to do in the rest of the game. Hopefully we see some nasty combats come out of them. That would be quite an exciting spectacle. Right, so movement and psychic phase for the Orks. Interesting tactic going on here. So the Ork boys that were over here with the monolith have actually gone this way towards the warriors. Gibb Smasher and his mob have also moved up along towards the warriors. Now with Gibb Smasher, he was actually behind the bushes over here, but the weird boy used the jump to move him up. It was about 6 or 8 inches. And now he's within 9 inches of the warriors there. So the boys can now still get the WoW rule, and they've advanced and they will charge as well into the warriors. Over there, the knobs moved up towards the Deceiver, and nothing else really happened over here. It's just the main core of the units here now that are left on the table, and they're looking to make a mark in this turn. So shooting phase to come, and then assault shortly afterwards. I don't think there's going to be a hell of a lot of effect on shooting this time, but we'll see what happens. Okay, glory here to Orks. No, just kidding. Cheese here for Orks. Okay, so you'll notice this fine little pattern of strung out Orks here. So the charges went off. A little bit of Overwatch coming through to this squad here, I think. I took out one. But they got in with a nice long charge, so they're into this squad of 6 here. Now another squad of boys charged into the second squad of warriors. He failed with Gibb Smasher to get into the squad, which leaves him out in the open. The nearest unit is my boy Monolith. So look at this cheese. He's left 4 guys out of combat, which you can do. The rules do say you can do this. So he's charged all the guys in, and he's moved, or he hasn't moved, some of his boys so that they are between the Monolith and Gibb Smasher. So I can't shoot Gibb Smasher. So there you go. There's a bit of cheese for you. Add that to your games. What else happened? Over here, the knobs went into the Deceiver. He was discussing going into the warriors, but with the character rules, the Deceiver would have been able to intervene as well, so he might as well go into it full-fisted. So we'll work these combats out. There's a lot of dice to roll. There's a lot of boys here, so let's see what happens. I'm sure the warriors are in a hell of a lot of trouble, and the Orks are in a little bit more trouble if they can't get rid of the squad. With the crypt deck there, they'll be getting up on 4+ next turn. So let's see what happens in this coming phase. Okay, so after all that, that was quite a interesting phase here. So, all right, so Gibb Smasher is actually out on his own now, interestingly enough. The Necron warriors actually, I used a couple of command points to take over the the fight, and we fought first and killed a few of the boys. Over here, the Knobs actually took care of the Deceiver. Interestingly, it was the pistol shot from the phase before that actually ended up killing him, so that he exactly removed 8 wounds from the Deceiver this turn. Now this squad has totally decimated the squad of 6 Necron warriors, and they've consolidated into combat with this warrior squad, which is now only 2 man strong due to the fact that morale also took place, and 2 were lost to morale. Yeah, okay, so I brought one back, and that's the only one I can bring back. The way the rules state is that they need to be resurrected within coherency of a model that has not been also resurrected this turn. So I could only get 1, and due to the fact he's within, they're within an inch from the Orks, I could only get that 1 up there. So, but going on to Necron turn 4, I'm going to at least move these guys out of combat, which I can do, and that'll open both these squads up to be shot at by the various units around the table. I have lost a hell of a lot this turn in the Orc turn 3, but there is very little left for the Orcs as well, but they do claim that objective. This one's currently unclaimed, so it's very much a fact of trying to get rid of Gibbs Smasher, getting that kill point, and then defending my own objective over here. Necron turn 4 movement. We're getting set up here for a bit of a final showdown. So the Immortals, they were given the wave of command by the command barge over here, so they'll be hitting on 2+. They're within rapid fire range of, obviously, with the boys here, so they'll be targeting them. Moving back with the Warriors and the Cryptek. Hopefully we stay out of trouble until next turn, if we can take care of this squad here, hopefully with the Flyer, and also the Knobs here. The Monolith closest unit is a character, a Gibbs Smasher nonetheless. We're going to try and take him out and get that Warlord kill point. And the my Warlord is actually going to try and go for the Pain Boy there, a Tooth Puller. So we'll go into shooting. Hopefully it's effective and we can get rid of most of these little green skins here and clear up this side of the table. Start moving down the other end there. Okay, Necron's done good this turn. A lot of fire coming from the Immortals that actually took out, I think it was 12 boys from this little squad here, which was now a little squad. Over here, the Cryptek, I think, put a wound on the Knobs, and then the Doomsize finished them off with all of its weapons. The Monolith came through and hit Gibbs Smasher, who was here with the Particle Whip. Took most of his wounds off, but didn't quite kill him. The last shots coming from the Warlord's Gauze Cannon on the bottom hit Gibbs Smasher, and one of them went through and took off 2 last wounds. In other news, I think the Monolith just took off a few boys here. How many was it? It's 4. Okay, 4 boys missing from there. We've got morale to do, so why don't you roll up now?
Or before charge.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect it. Boys there, leadership 7 on the Knob, 4 + 1, so they're actually okay.
They're safe, okay, that's good.
And they are at -5, so they're losing 5 + D6 models because they've got 7 and they've lost 12. So 10 models gone.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That's okay, so that's a wipe.
No more command
Excellent.
points.
Yeah, no more command points, so we can't auto pass that one. So that's that squad gone. I think it's looking good. So we're going on to charging now, and it's just this one charge here. The Warlord is going to throw himself into the Pain Boy. 5 inches should be enough.
From the base, you're within. So
okay,
good.
Excellent. All right, we're in.
6 inches away.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Warlord has gone into the Pain Boy, and we've got 3 attacks on the charge. 2's to hit. So it's 3 hits, fantastic. And the War Scythe is +2 strength, so it's strength 7. So 3's to wound. Unfortunately, just 1 wound, and it's 2 damage. So didn't quite come through killing him. Hold up. I do have more command points available to me. I've got 2 left. How many wounds does he have?
He has 4 wounds, and he's got a 6-up repair himself against it.
Okay, so it's not worth it. Okay, yeah, go ahead. So, what's that last one?
Save himself. No, so he's got 2 wounds left.
2 wounds left. Okay. All right, so that marks the end of the assault phase and turn 4 for the Necrons. We'll go on to turn 4 for the Orks. Squad over here struggling to make a mark at this stage of the game. But over here, the Weird Boy, the Grots, and the Custom Mega Cannon are all still over here, safe and sound, taking care of that objective. So it's quite a fair distance to make in a couple of turns. So we'll see how we go. Turn 4 for the Orks coming up. Okay, so Orc turn 4. Movement, shooting, and assaults. Shooting didn't really do much. The boys turned around and shot a couple of Necron warriors there. Apart from that, the Custom Mega Cannon shot across at its arch enemy, the Monolith, and took 2 wings off, so it's pretty impressive.
One warrior left. One warrior.
Yeah, there was 1 warrior left here. If you took that warrior out, he would have disrupted that whole squad. But this coming turn, some will be able to come back, I'm sure, on a 4+. Anyway, assaults came through. The Weird Boy charged in, and along with the boys squad, and the fists. It was the Power Claw from the boys squad that actually put 6 wounds onto the Catacomb Command barge there. Amun Zek has suffered a few wounds. He's only got 2 left, and the Weird Boy whiffed his shots. In response, the Overlord did slice down the remaining wounds on the Pain Boy. He is now gone. And we'll go on to the start of turn 5. Start to think tactically, I think, about end game. We're only a turn or 2 away from the end of the game. So we'll go on to movement for Necrons, turn 5. Okay, it's turn 5 for Necrons is all complete, and it is all over. Ladies and gentlemen, we have called it. Necrons have taken the battle. I'll explain why in a second, but I'll just tell you what happened in turn 5. So the Immortals fired through to the boys there and wiped them out. That was where the Catacomb Command barge was. He moved across there and left these guys open in the field there. The Weird Boy was also destroyed by a particle whip from the old monolith there, and just moved up with the warriors there. Fire through from the Doom Scythe hit the cannon with the Death Ray and destroyed it. Took the last 3 wounds off, I think it was, and I also killed 4 Gretchen as well. So that leaves us with the end of turn 5, the possibility to end the turn here. Now, we've called it for the reason being that the Monolith's holding my objective here. I've got Warlord kill. I've got Linebreaker. There's no way that with these units here that he can get anything more than what he has. And currently he has First Blood and the objective. So I am 1 point up on you. Yep, 1 point up on you. Yep. And there's no way he can get any further that we can see this game. So we've made the call. Necrons have won their debut on the channel. First time I've actually played with the army myself, flat out. So Pretty impressed. I really like the way they play. Really cool looking army too. Thank you very much, Andrew, for coming down and playing with us. Playing my orcs and getting killed by me. Always a good feeling, you know, killing your own men. No, so, yep, good game, very good game. And it's clear now that Mahim has plans now that his tomb has awakened. And we'll keep our eyes on this planet as he brings more and more of his huge tomb out into the open. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the battle. We certainly did. It was not clean cut the entire way, which is how we'd like it. A nice balanced game all the way through. Unfortunately, just the orcs didn't quite make the damage they needed to make in partway through the game there. So thank you very much for watching, and take care. This is Emperor's Crusade. Cheers, guys.